So there's this guy. His name's Brandon. And Brandon is one of those rich private school kids who has never worked a day in his life, because why would he? His dad's a real estate mogul, drives a Bentley, and thinks throwing money at problems solves everything. Brandon's life is literally gold-plated. Private jets, credit cards, a personal chef, and a bank account most adults would cry over. But Brandon has a problem. And that problem is he's broke. Not actually broke, but emotionally broke. Because ever since he turned 19, his dad started cutting off the extra money, telling him it's time to become a man. And Brandon? He doesn't do earn it, he does ask and receive. So when his dad slashes his monthly allowance from $20,000 to $2,000, Brandon loses his mind. He needs money, fast, not for rent or food. No for a yacht party in Ibiza. Obviously. So Brandon gets this genius idea. Like real galaxy brain stuff. He decides to fake his own kidnapping. Yep. He figures if his dad thinks he's been taken, he'll cough up at least $200K in ransom money. And Brandon? He'll just escape dramatically and come back a hero. Easy, right? So Brandon ropes in his two dumbest friends, Kyle and Trevor, and they hatch a plan in Kyle's basement over Red Bulls and leftover sushi. They'll tie him up in an old warehouse, send a ransom message to his dad using an anonymous burner phone, and wait for the cash to roll in. Now here's where things get insane. They pick this abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town, leaky roof, rusted pipes, smells like dead raccoons, but perfect for a kidnapping vibe. Brandon makes sure to bring a luxury blanket and a Bluetooth speaker because, ambiance. He even stages photos of himself gagged and tied up, crying into the camera. It's Oscar-worthy. They send the message to his dad. We have your son. He's safe for now. Wire $200,000 to this account by midnight or say goodbye. But Brandon's dad? He didn't respond. Hours go by, no message. No call, nothing. By 9 p.m., Brandon starts to panic. He's ignoring me, he whines. Bro, he's probably negotiating with the FBI or something, Trevor says, chewing Doritos. But nah, his dad didn't call the FBI. His dad didn't even blink. Why? Because this isn't the first time Brandon has pulled something stupid for attention. Last year, he faked a car accident to skip finals. The year before that, he called his dad crying from Vegas because he lost all his clothes. The man is done. So Brandon's dad just shrugs, sips his scotch, and says to his assistant, if he really got kidnapped, they'll return him. If not, maybe he'll finally grow up. Meanwhile, Brandon is now sweating, tied to a chair, his phone battery dying, mosquitoes feasting on him, and Kyle's having a mental breakdown because they used their real names to buy the burner phone. Genius move. At midnight, no money shows up. By 2 a.m., Kyle bails. By 4 a.m., the warehouse owner, an ex-convict named Louis, shows up to check the place. He walks in like, why the hell is there a crying rich kid tied to my pipes? Brandon, in full meltdown, tries to explain, it's not real. I staged it. I just needed money from my dad. Louis looks him dead in the eyes and says, you want to pretend to be kidnapped? All right. And this is where the fake kidnapping turns real. Louis locks the warehouse door, takes Brandon's phone, texts the dad again, but this time, he's the one writing. This is not a joke. You have 24 hours, send the money. Or I'll make sure your son disappears for real. Brandon is now legit kidnapped in the warehouse he picked for his fake kidnapping. Poetic justice. The next morning, Brandon's dad gets the second message, and this time, he believes it, because it's not Brandon's style anymore. It's too quiet, too threatening, so he calls the police. What happens next turns into a full-blown media frenzy. Helicopters.FBI. Local news. Rich teen kidnapped by unknown criminal becomes the headline of the week. But the twist? When they finally trace the phone, storm the warehouse, and break down the door, they find Brandon. Alive, crying, still tied to the same damn pipe, but with receipts. Literally. On a table nearby are Kyle's scribbled notes. Photos Brandon took, the fake burner phone box. A full paper trail of the entire fake plan with his name written all over it. The police are confused. The dad is pissed. And Louis, he's long gone. Took Brandon's Rolex, phone, and shoes and vanished into the night. In the end, Brandon was rescued from his own stupidity and arrested for fraud and wasting police resources. His dad, he bailed him out, then cut him off for good. Now Brandon flips burgers at a beach shack in Miami, swiping through Instagram, watching other rich kids live the life he once had, because sometimes rock bottom isn't a moment. It's a masterpiece you build yourself.